Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make cute and aesthetic characters in Toca Boca. So first we're going to start with hairs, and first I'm going to show you some hairs to avoid. So I usually avoid kind of hairs like this, short bobs. They aren't really my style, and I think they could work for many characters, but they just don't fit into the kind of cutesy aesthetic we're going for. They definitely work if you're making more older characters, but yeah, those are just some hairs that I would avoid for making cute and aesthetic characters. Next we're gonna do eyes. So the eyes that I tend to usually avoid are like the big kind of more animated eyes, or like the squinty eyes, because like these ones are kind of frightening. But yeah, I like the plain ones for adding like the emotions onto them. I think they just look better personally. But eyes like these with the cute eyelashes are cute too. Next we're gonna do noses. So I usually go for smaller noses just because some of the bigger noses tend to be a little bit disproportionate for the face. But yeah, like this nose, they're all kind of oddly positioned for me. But yeah, I use like the smaller kind of button noses, especially this one a lot. Next, we're going to move into eyebrows. So the eyebrows I tend to avoid are kind of the thicker ones, like, and the oddly positioned ones, like they have emotions to them that I prefer adding like the little emotion features rather than having permanent ones, so I use thinner ones. Next, we're going to do mouths. So I like to use a basic smile, so I avoid like the ones with the big teeth or kind of the dimply sides, or the kind of just like squiggly ones. I prefer the kind of just normal looking smile. I also really don't like the open mouth options. Yeah, so I do like a simple smile like these. I like a lot. Doing blush and freckles. So I usually avoid kind of the designed cheeks because I think they just kind of look unnatural, or the really big ones, like I don't think they fit my characters very well. But most of the freckles, in my opinion, they are fine. I don't really use wrinkles unless they're on old people though. Next we're doing clothes. So when I go through the different clothes, I usually try to pick something that I think would match the aesthetic of my character that I'm going for. So if you're going for like a more gothic look, then obviously pick an outfit that would go with your character for that. But if your character is cutesy and you pick like a more gothic look, then it doesn't really make sense. Some of the outfits are just a little bulky or dirty looking, and I would avoid those for aesthetic characters. But most of the outfits I do really like, and I think could go with any character. I tend to avoid ones with like a lot of color, just because I go for more cute colors, aesthetic colors, or like more monotone. So blacks, whites, and grays. I love most of the dresses. But yeah, it really just depends what you're kind of going for your character, and it's really up to you how you want to portray your character. But I do really love a lot of the outfits in Toca Boca. I think they're very well designed. And yeah, this is my favorite part of designing characters, I love picking out their outfits. And yeah, and I love picking out kind of their job outfits as well. Like if you're going for like an athlete, then this section is good because there's different sports and swimming, and this section is really great for if you're doing like a summer or winter vacation role play. It's very cute options. Next is pajamas, and I think there's some really cute options in here. I usually like to go for the more simpler ones. I don't know why there's an elf costume in there, but then there's winter coats, and a lot of these are also really cute, and I love picking them out for winter time, or if I'm doing like a Pom Pom Peaks roleplay. But there's some cute ones in here. And then there's the jobs, which I also love picking out like my character's jobs, and there's some really cute ones in here, and just a lot of great options for roleplay opportunities. Next we have hats. So I don't tend to put hats on my characters very much, just because I think it kind of takes away from my character's hairstyles, but it's honestly up to you. If you want to give your character a hat, if it suits them, then go right ahead. But I usually pick hairs that tend to not work with any hats, which is pretty funny, but there's some hats that are pretty cute. I love a lot of the Pusheen hats. If you got that pack, they're really cute. Or the Sugar Pink Essentials hats are also really cute. Yeah, some of them fit a little weird depending on who your character is. I think they fit on the kind of monsters a little differently, and that's why they look kind of funny on characters. But I think the beanies usually look pretty good on all characters, but some of them look a little wonky depending on your character's hair. And then of course there's the, I don't even know what you'd call this section. I think it's usually little kid hats, but they're all kind of silly looking, and I do really like this category, all the little accessories. I think there's a lot of cute ones for aesthetic characters, and I do really like the flowers, and some of the bows are pretty cute. And these are more toddler hats, so I don't really use them that much. Next we have glasses and face accessories. So I think there's some pretty cute glasses. Some of them look a little, I don't know, a little derpy on the characters, but there are some pretty cute and aesthetic ones. I do like these ones. But there's some weird angled ones that I don't use very often. These ones, especially these ones. These broken glasses, these ones look kind of silly. I don't really tend to use the square frames or like the big glasses. And there are some really nice sunglasses as well. But again, I don't really use the square frame ones or the ones with like rainbow colored lenses. But yeah, there are some monster masks as well. I don't really use those. And these hoods as well. I don't really use these. I use these more, the little face accessories. I'm not sure why earmuffs are in the face accessories because they're more heads, but I don't really use the masks or anything, but there were some more accessories up at the top, and I do use the goggles and the snorkels and stuff like that, and the face slimes. These hoods, some of them are pretty cute actually. The towel's a little interesting, but And we have little helmets, and I don't really use them either. Lastly, I just wanted to show you some aesthetic characters that I have. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.